Hello and welcome to Devlin High School just south of Denver here. Collegians travel down to face the Colorado Sox on this Wednesday evening. Ethan Jordan alongside you. We join you just a little late. Some technical difficulties getting the stream up, but we're with you now. Top of the second inning. Still no score, so you haven't missed anything. Kelby Richardson at second base, and you see Jimmy Hollinger swing and miss at a pitch there. And a two-strike count on Jimmy. 2 down in this second inning. Collegians were unable to score in the first, despite Brennan Roselle drawing a leadoff walk and stealing second. But 3 consecutive strikeouts on the mound from Mike Thill sat down the Collegians in that first inning. He has 2 strikeouts this inning, and he's got Hollinger in a 2-strike count now. He walked, but then was thrown out trying to take second by Turner Davis, who was behind the plate for the Collegians. Singled, and then Tanner Gardner grounded into a 6 unassisted to the double play. That ended the inning. So as we said, no score. Richardson gonna move up to third base now. Pass ball. So big chance here for Hollinger to strike with the first run of the ball game. Interesting for Jimmy here today, facing off against a few of his regular season teammates. Number of Metro State products on this Sox team, and Hollinger draws the walk. So runners on the corners, and Kix Farrell will be the batter. Lineup looks like this today for the Collegians. Brennan Roselle leads off at shortstop. Nick Arrivo, the left fielder, hits second. Then Chris Jimenez, the DH. Turner Davis, the cleanup man, is Hunter Hudson, who plays first. Kelby Richardson in right. J.J. Reeves in center field. Jimmy Hollinger, who just drew the walk at third base. And now Kix Farrell, the second base. We'll take you around the defense for the Sox in just a moment. Farrell watches one high. If you're just joining us, no score here from Devlin High School. Top of the second inning. Runners at first and third and 2 away for the Collegians. Kix Farrell the batter. 1-0 to Kix. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Farrell did not serve the games yesterday, but we did see him come into the second game. Before that one was run ruled in the 5th inning, so he only got 1 at bat. And Kix lines one to right field, coming on as the right fielder. He's not going to get there. This one will fall in. Richardson's in to score, and the Collegians strike first here in the top of the second. They lead it 1-0. Kix Farrell coming through out of the 9-hole with an RBI single. And Kix, who hasn't played a lot recently, up until he kind of just stopped playing, had been one of the better hitters on the team and continues to produce. Roselle walked in the first, stole a base, but was left stranded at second. And he has a chance to add. He watches ball 1. That one just outside, looking for the inside corner, was Thill, but ruled a ball. And it's 2-0 on Roselle. 2-0 pitch. Right down Broadway for strike 1. Roselle out of Long Beach State. Standing in from the right side against the righty Thill. 2 balls and 1 strike. Runners take off. Pitch is high, ball 3, and both runners are going to be safe. Hollinger swipes third. Up to second goes Farrell. Jimmy Hollinger, especially yesterday, has been a really aggressive Collegians. We saw him in a number of aggressive base running situations last evening. Next pitch to Roselle is fouled away. So a full count to Brennan. With the runners at second and third, 2 away in the top of the second. Collegians up 1-0. Collegians won both of their games yesterday against the Colorado Pirates. Rather, I believe they're the Denver Pirates now, pardon me. Either way, the Collegians handily defeated the plate, not the man that Mike Thill wants to see, the most dangerous man on this Collegians team in Nick Arrivo. And if in case that wasn't already what it was, he went 6 for 6 yesterday. He played in both games and was not retired in either. After ball 1. Bill did get him to strike out in the first inning. Backwards K for Arrivo. And after last night, Nick Arrivo is batting .500 on the season. 1-1 to Nick. 5 base percentage of .583. And in case that wasn't good enough, he's slugging .658. So he is doing it all right now. Leads the team in RBIs. Has a chance to add on to that with the bases full and 2 away. And Arrivo drops a off-speed pitch foul. And it's 1-2. The only thing Nick hasn't done this season is hit a home run. But those have been hard to come by for the Collegians. The man on deck, Chris Jimenez, hit one last night. Monstrous opposite field shot that went off the scoreboard. Next pitch to Arrivo is too low. And so Nick evens it up at 2-2. Hollinger is at third, Farrell at second, and Roselle at first. Nick Arrivo the batter. 2-2 pitch on the way from Thill. And Nick takes one inside, just barely off the and runs it full. Boulder College product stands in. Big 3-2 pitch. Runners take off with the pitch, and Arrivo fouls it away. Roselle, solid speed out there at first base, especially with him taking off on a 3-2 two-out pitch. You got to imagine he'll be able to score to anything that's in the gap. Hollinger and Farrell will score easily on a base knock. For the Collegians, the free pass issued to Nick Arrivo drives in the run. Hollinger crosses home plate, and the bases are still loaded now for Chris Jimenez. Mentioned it earlier, Jimenez hit the home run last night. That was his big contribution a night ago. Played in both games, a DH in one, caught in the other. He's the designated hitter here today. He was a strikeout victim in the first. Looking to add on to this 2-0 lead for the Collegians. Bill's first offering is high to Jimenez, ball 1. Chris on the year, a .273 average, a little bit last night. Has had limited at-bats, as we mentioned. Joined the team late, coming from Long Beach State. This only his 24th at-bat, and he takes a strike. .273 average, and like so much in his team, despite the average being in the 200s, still a .448 on-base percentage. He's drawn 7 walks in 29 plate appearances, and he watches one there and works ahead 2-1. Bases loaded, 2 away. 2-0 Boulder in the top of the second inning. Jacob Pagatti will lead off the bottom of the second inning for the Sox. Ground ball up the middle is a base knock. So the Phoenix College product is aboard with a leadoff single. Trying to answer back after a 2-run top of the second inning for Boulder. They lead it 2-0. Tommy Shriver is the pitcher on the hill for Boulder, making his second start of the season. Michael Oliervides is the batter now. Right-handed batter against the righty on the hill in Shriver. Leadoff man aboard here in the bottom of the second for the Sox. And there's a strike. Oyavides, just junior year at Washburn University, was a starter in 30 of their 34. Shriver's 0-1. Blunt goes down the first base line. Therefore, it is Hudson. He'll tag the bag himself. And that will be the first out. So the sacrifice works just the way they drew it up. And Oyavides is retired. And some discussion as to whether Hudson made it to the bag in time, but the field umpire says he was out, and that's the way it'll stay. So now it'll be Chase Kercraft, the batter. Kercraft out of Colorado Mesa. Runner at second, one away. And he watches one outside from Shriver for ball one. Kercraft just finished his freshman year at Mesa State. Colorado Mesa, I should say. And he fouls it away. One count, runner at second. Shriver checks the runner, now brings it home. Flown to left, Arrivo coming in, and he'll make the catch for the second out. Now 2 away. It'll be up to Garrett Tisdale to try and drive in this run. Shriver trying to work out of a little bit of trouble after a leadoff walk. Or leadoff base hit, pardon me, from Jacob Pagatti. He's at second. Shriver, good breaking ball that time, just nicked the bottom of the zone. And it's 0-1. In Tommy's first start, and that was the second game of the game day. He went 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, struck out 9. This one fouled back into the mask of Turner Davis. Turner will collect his gear, and home plate umpire will walk the ball out to the mound to Tommy Shriver, give Turner a chance to collect himself. 0-2 count. But for Shriver, really, it was just one pitch that was the problem. He gave up that home run in the first inning at game day for one of the runs, and then was tiring out a bit in the 6th inning when he gave up the second. All in all, although it results in a 3.0 ERA for Tommy game day, it really helped spur the Collegians in that one and gave them their first win of the season. Two-strike pitch. Just off the block on the outside for ball 1. Tommy out of Maryville University in St. Louis, Missouri. Next offering, breaking ball towards center. In on it comes J.J. Reeves. J.J. and retires the side. So Tommy Shriver able to work out of a little bit of a situation. Still 2-0 Boulder as we move on to the 3rd inning of play here from Devlin High School. Two 2-0 Boulder over the Colorado Sox as we begin the top of the 3rd inning here from Devlin High, south of Denver. Ethan Jordan alongside you for this matchup. Just one 7-inning game afternoon. They've got to try and sneak it in here at Devlin. No lights on this field. So that is probably the reason they're only playing 7. And Turner Davis lines one to left field. That'll be a base knock for Turner. And he is aboard here to begin the 3rd inning. And Turner Davis now 1 for 2. And for the second time today, the Collegians have their leadoff man aboard. Now it'll be Hunter Hudson. Hudson, a strikeout victim in the 2nd inning. And now is ahead 1 ball and no strikes. Two and a. Watches the strike right along the knees. Back pick to first. Not in time. Amador slides in feet first. Called a ball on Hudson. 3-1. Hudson reaching there at a breaking ball. He was definitely looking fastball there on the 3-ball count from Thill. But just able to get a piece of it and foul it away, and the count is full. (3-2). Amador not going. Hudson flies it towards center. Chasing it back. And ranging to his right is the center fielder, Garner. He makes the catch. And there's one away.
Our connection's really bad. We dropped 60% this inning.
So with Hudson retired, Kelby Richardson will stand in. Richardson got things started in the 2nd. After the strikeout to Hudson, he singled, stole a base, and became the first run of the game. And watch ball 1 here. Through the order for the Collegians. They lead it 2-0. Move to first. Amador back with a dive. 1 ball and no strikes on Kelby Richardson. Kelby, who had seemed to have found himself in that game against the Rough Riders, takes a strike here, and then down in Farmington went 0 for 3 last night, but he's 1 for 1 today. 1-1 count on him here. Runner at first, 1 away. Collegians up 2-0. Amador takes off. Breaking ball is called a strike, and the catcher was just content with framing it, Tisdall, rather than throwing down. His frame results in a strike, so they'll get that. Amador probably had second base anyway, so not a bad idea to just sell it to the umpire rather than worry about throwing down. 1-2 to Richardson. And Kelby watches one high. Kelby out of Benedictine University down in Mesa, the Mesa branch that opened in 2012. And he's called out on strikes. He knew it, too. He lowered his head and was right back to the dugout before the umpire even punched him out. Good breaking ball that time from Phil. Just dropped in on him, and Kelby couldn't pull the trigger. So with 2 away, it'll be the Regis man, J.J. Reeves. J.J. a strikeout victim in the 2nd. Fouls it away. JJ played in the first game yesterday, went 1 for 2. Or 1 for 5, pardon me. Did score 2 runs. So JJ's been scuffling a bit at the plate in terms of hitting. Still getting on base at a decent clip. And that one just a bit inside. He's still getting on base at a 400 clip, but only batting, or pardon me, at a 429 clip. He's getting on base at a 400 clip in the league. In league play, he's batting 182 and that 400 on base percentage. We'll watch one there. 2-1. Overall, he's a 250 hitter with a 429 on base percentage. So he's still able to get on the base path, just looking to find that swing again. And he'll watch one there. They'll check down with the field umpire. He said he didn't go around. So now it's 3 balls and a strike to J.J. Reeves. Amador at second runs well. 3-1, back to the screen. A full count on J.J. Reeves. The Collegians have worked a number of full counts thus far. Have gone in their favor. Phil checks the runner at second and brings home his payoff pitch. That's ball 4. So J.J. Reeves continues to draw walks as he's aboard here with his 8th walk of the season. Or 9th walk of the 11th walk of the season. His 9th league walk. That'll be first and second for Jimmy Hollinger. Hollinger continues to remain hot at the plate. He drew a walk and scored in the second inning. And he'll line one to right field. Coming on as the right fielder. He's not going to get there. That'll fall in. Jimmy Hollinger will drive in the run as Amador's in to score. Up to third base goes Reeves, and it's an RBI single for Jimmy Hollinger. 3-0 Boulder now. Collegians coming through with 2 away to drive in the run. Not sure what we're waiting on here. The umpire marked on his scorecard. I'm wondering if they're going to make a change. And that looks to be the... So the evening is over for Mike Thill as he exits the ball game. And a new pitcher on here for Colorado. It'll be Connor Nantkiss. Nantkiss was in the DH position in this game, but he'll come on to pitch now. Nantkiss had not taken a bat yet, as he was the 9-hole hitter. So we'll see him on the mound first. Left-handed thrower. Nantkiss, a local guy from Aurora, went to Cherokee Trail to play his high school ball and moved on to play college ball at the University of Washington State for the Cougars. He appeared in 9 games this year with Washington State, posting a 6 even ERA. Only pitched 6 innings, but recorded 6 strikeouts in those innings.
Stuff going on with him and the umpire. He mouthed a couple of naughty words at the umpire.
Yeah. Coach Orcutt for the Sox has exchanged some words with the umpire just now. I'm not sure what it was all about. Thill wasn't too pleased during the pitching change. I don't know what was going on. It took them quite a while to bring in the new pitcher. Not sure what the discussion is about. The field umpire is going to tell Coach to go on back to the dugout if he wants to remain here this evening. As it is, Runners at first and third for the Collegians. Reeves is at third base. Hollinger at first after his RBI single. Collegians lead at 3-0. Nantkus continuing to get loose on the hill. And coach is still on the field. I'm not sure what the issue was. We'll try and find out for you. But Mike Thill is out of the ballgame, and Connor Nantkus will be the new pitcher. Collegians lead at 3-0. Runners at first and third. 2 away in the third. Turner Davis started off the inning with a single. Courtesy runner on for him, Amador, came in to score the run off the single from Hollinger. Reeves, who walked, is at third base. Kix Farrell will be the batter once Nantkus gets loose. I wonder if Thill was injured out there on the mound, because that would seem to be the only situation where Nantkus could get this many warm-up pitches. Of course, when an injury occurs, the new pitcher gets as many warm-up pitches as he needs. So Nantkus seems like he's ready to go now and will resume play. And a quick correction, Jimmy Hollinger is at second base now. So second and third, and 2 away for Kix Farrell. Farrell singled back in the second inning. RBI single for Kix. And Farrell takes a strike. Watches this one high from the lefty. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Farrell, a .263 hitter. Watches that one as well. 2 balls and 1 strike. Big swing and a miss as Nantkus took something off. That's 2-2. Second and third, 2 away for the Collegians. 1 run already in here in this third inning. And Kix Farrell watches one just off the outside. Tough take for Kix, but he's glad he let that one go. And the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Kix Farrell. Chance to drive in some insurance for the Collegians here in the third. Keep in mind, only a 7-inning ball game here from Devlin today against these Colorado Sox. Having to try and squeeze it in before things get dark. And the payoff pitch is fouled away. It was a breaking ball from Nantkus. So gutsy decision to throw that pitch on a full count. Farrell was sitting fastball, just reacted to the breaking ball and was able to foul it away. Got to imagine he'll continue to sit fastball here after seeing the breaker. Payoff pitch one more time. Ground ball will be wide of third base. And we'll do it again. Farrell looking to add to his RBI total for today. Already has driven in 1 run. Drove in the first run of the ball game. And takes ball 4 here. Farrell draws the walk, and it loads the bases for the top of the order and Brennan Roselle. Roselle has walked twice today, but has yet to come around to score. He's made it to second base both times. Roselle of Long Beach State just finished up his freshman year for the Dirtbags. Didn't play for Long Beach State this past spring, but he was a really solid player.
I think they're having some
That LA region.
they're having some roster issues here. I think he brought up a roster to the umpire.
And so they're going to check the lineup with Roselle standing in. The way we have the lineup drawn up, at least the one we were given, everything seems to be correct. Roselle Farrell was the 9-hole man in our thing. So home plate umpire checks with head coach Eddie Toledo, and I was headed over to the Colorado dugout to inform them of what he's found out. I'm not sure why the issue occurred now. Roselle's been through the order twice. He's hit twice. The whole order's gone through 2 times. But now this third time through the order, they have some questions. So the umpire says everything's kosher for Eddie Toledo, and Brennan Roselle will take his hacks now. Bases loaded, 2 away, and 1 in the inning for the Collegians. And Roselle watches one outside for ball 1. 1-0 is high. So Roselle gets ahead again. 2-0 to Brennan. High, ball 3. Nankus has offered Brennan Roselle 3 straight balls. And Roselle will take here. He does, and it's ball 4. Another run walked in for the Collegians. J.J. Reeves will cross home plate. It's a walk for Brennan Roselle. His 3rd free pass of the day. He's walked in 3 straight innings. So here's Nick Arrivo. He has that other RBI walk. He walked in a run in the last inning. And Nick will take a strike. So after the 2 walks, Nankus is able to work ahead of Nick 2. Revo thought about swinging but lays off the 0-2 pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the left fielder. Revo from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Breaking ball to short. The short for Paschke, and that will end the inning. But the Collegians strike for 2 more. They lead it 4-0 as we move on to the bottom of the 3rd here from Devlin High School on the Collegians Broadcast Network. And watches it outside for ball 3. He hails from a place that the Collegians know well, Fairplay, Colorado, a place they've driven through twice now, back and forth from Farmington. It's 3rd. Hollinger waits a moment, stutter step, picks it up, throw to first. Nice dig out by Hudson, gets the out. So Hessler is retired. Nice play by the first baseman, Hunter Hudson. Hudson, normally a catcher. Some of the teammates were asking him today, do you like base? He says, yeah, it's fun. It's like kind of like catching, but doesn't hurt your knees, I guess. But Hudson enjoys his first base back. Now Connor Nankus, who's now the pitcher, takes a strike. Shriver's 0-1 offering is upstairs. Now it's 1-2 as Shriver goes in another strike. Two and 2 as that one misses. And there's strike 3. So Shriver records the punch out. Watches it go by. The first strikeout of the day for Tommy. So one time through the order. And one time through the order. No runs allowed for Tommy Shriver. And 2 away here in the 3rd inning. Zach Paschke, big cut and a miss. The fastball. Paschke reached base in the 1st inning, but was thrown out trying to swipe second. Fly ball back behind short. Roselle calls for it, makes the grab, and that will end the inning. So a clean inning on the mound for Tommy Shriver. He gets some 1, 2, 3. We're on to the 4th here from Devlin High School. Still there. Chris Jimenez stands in to lead off the 4th inning for the Collegians. They lead it 4-0 over the Colorado Sox. Here as we begin inning number 4. Collegians have gone through 8 men in the order. They'll pass 2 innings. So Jimenez the batter now. The only man not to bat in that 3rd. And foul tips this one into the glove. Jimenez 0 for 2. Pair of Ks for Chris thus far. Ground 1 to first under the glove of the first baseman into right field for a base hit. It was a diving effort over there by the first baseman. Hessler couldn't get to it though, and Jimenez is aboard with a base knock. Jimenez on now, and Turner Davis will add a little pine tar to the bat before standing in. Davis a strikeout and a single, and a run scored thus far. Davis still hitting .333 despite going through a cold spell of late. Chops it to 3rd. We'll go to 2nd for 1, and the return throw to 1st not in time. As a clutch move from Walsh at second base, delayed it just a bit, and Davis able to beat it out. So 1 away, and a little bit of speed taken off the base paths, but added right back on as Davis gets his courtesy runner, Chris Amador, on. So the Collegians will just switch runners at 1st and add an out, adding a little speed in Chris Amador. Batter will be Hunter Hudson. He's 0 for 2. Getting a chance to swing it from the right side for the first time today. Watches it high for ball 1. One and one now. First baseman. Amador, who's on first, swiped the bag back in the 3rd inning. 1 and 1. Amador not going, has a pretty short lead. Hudson foul. Collegians have been productive offensively of late, as in their past. And that one inside to Hudson. 2 and 2. They scored 22 total in 12 innings last night. 10 in the first game and then 12 in the 5-inning second game. Collegians are back to 500 after those 2 wins a night ago. And that one missed again to Hudson. And a full count. A second full count today. They are 6 and 6 this year. But the good news for them is they're much better than that in the league. 5-3. And that one missed. So Hunter Hudson draws the walk on the full count. He's down to first base. Over to second goes Chris Amador. Now Kelby Richardson a chance to drive in another run. Richardson, a single and a stolen base in his first go-around, but struck out last time. His first time seeing Nantkis here. And Kelby will take a strike. Fastball from Nantkis that time, right there for the first strike. Nantkis glances at Amador. Breaking pitch. The ball quite as well. Passing from light into shadow. 2-1. Richardson sends one down the right field and going to get out of play. So even at 2 on Kelby Richardson. Runners at first and second. Collegians up here in the fourth. Over the Colorado Sox. Runners take off. This one past the catcher. And an easy swipe for Amador on the pass ball. He's up to third base. Up to second is Hunter Hudson. Hudson was not going on the steal attempt from Amador. He was just going to hang out at first base. But with the pass ball, he moves up to second. So both runners in scoring position now. And a full count on Kelby Richardson. Payoff pitch. Fouled away. Kelby had that big triple down in Farmington. Probably his biggest hit of the year. And he's way behind a fastball there. He's upset with himself on strikes. So now it'll be J.J. Reeves tasked with driving in those runs from second and third. Wonder if Richardson was sitting on a breaking pitch. Don't know why he would have been on a 3-ball count, but he was way, way behind that fastball. That one's high to J.J. 1-0. Reeves walked and scored back in the third inning. And swings and misses here. And another swing and a miss from Reeves at a fastball. Couldn't catch up to it. It's 1-2. So the fastball working well these last couple at-bats for Nantkis. One-two offering and fouled away by Reeves. He was late on the fastball, but was able to get it and foul it away. Shriver's first pitch is low to Zach Walsh. Second time through the order for the Sox. Walsh a base hit in the first inning. And Zach watches that one in for a strike. Up his junior year for Colorado, for Metro State, and down in Denver. And watches that one there, 2-1. He played for Santa Clara for 2 seasons before coming to the Roadrunners. It'll pop one high in the air. But not going to get there as Turner Davis grabs it in front of the fence. Nice play by Turner as he slides in on the shin guards and grabs it. As didn't bring his glove to the ballpark and he was out of here. I wanted no part of that. I was going to say, he left the computer. But the out recorded. Nice play by Turner Davis. And now Tanner Gardner, the batter. Gardner, another Colorado Mesa product. Of course, those Mavericks making it to the final of the Division II College World Series. Fouled away. They ultimately fell to Tampa, but what a season it was for those guys out in Grand Junction. This guy, Garner, played against Tampa in that final. Took an 0 for 4. But all told, 344 hitter in 64 at-bats. So pretty solid season for Garner. His first time around today, however, grounded into a double play. And fouls this one back to the screen. And Garner watches this one high. A lot of local guys on the team for the Sox. A lot of Mesa and Metro State players. And that one missed. Ball 4 to Tanner Gardner. So with one away, a base runner aboard for Mesa, who's looking to strike for their, for Colorado, who's looking to strike for their first run of the game. They do wear the same maroon as the Mavericks of Mesa State, or Mesa. This one over to first. Hudson couldn't handle it, and Garner thought about going up to second base, but will come right back to first. Jacob Pigotti, the batter. Pigotti out of Phoenix College, down the ACCAC in Arizona. And this one gets away from Davis, and there's the good speed of Garner as he's up to second base. And if you're wondering, just to make sure that Phoenix College not in the same league as the same league as Hunter Hudson and Kelby Richardson play in. So he's never faced those two guys before. For Phoenix College, he was a .245 hitter. Shriver looks in. Checks the runner at second base. Garner giving him something to think about. And that one runs in and gets off the calf of Pigotti. That one's got a sting. He'll grimace a bit and wander down to first base. Well, Urvitas now the batter. Michael, a sac bunt back in the second. Maybe some kind of pick play on here as Roselle comes in to join the meeting between Davis and Shriver. Roselle back to shortstop. Davis stays a moment longer. Now he's headed back to behind the plate. Urvitas playing in left field here today, despite being a DH for most of the regular season at Washburn University. Shriver starts him out with one too low for ball 1. Turner couldn't hang on to the baseball, and third base swiped by Tanner Gardner. Up to second goes Pigotti, and now 2 runners in scoring position and a chance for Mesa to cut this lead in half. Michael Oyervides can come through. Shriver got to buckle down here. Looks in, kicks, and fires. And just missed. Bullpen going to start going to work for the Collegians as Isaac Parks heads down that way. Shriver trying to make it out of this fourth inning. Up 4-0, but 2 runners in scoring position. And there's ball 4. So it's a walk for Oyervides. He's down to first, and the bases are loaded for Chase K. Kraft.
Hit the ball, buddy. Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
And before Craig Kraft can take his at-bat, pitching coach Mark Goodman comes out of the first base dugout to have a chat with Tommy Shriver. And why not? Shriver, who had been cruising thus far, has allowed 3 straight base runners. None of them have recorded a hit. 2 have been walked and 1 has been beaned by a pitch.
Oh, yeah? Playing Division I? Oh, yeah?
1 away in the inning,
Oh, yeah, I know that.
and the base is loaded. Shriver going to have to go after Chase K. Kraft. K. Kraft, another Mesa guy.
Yeah, I remember.
Did not play this year, his freshman year for Mesa. But the fact that he's even a part of the team shows just how good of a player he was, being recruited to one of the better teams in Division II.
And he played on a Parker team, I think. Yeah.
And the California native swings and misses at a high fastball. And the umpire says he got a piece of it, but it was into the glove of Turner Davis, so it matters very little.
Pretty good through the years, you know.
0-1 on Craig Kraft.
You know,
Shriver delivers and finds the outside corner for a strike. 0-2 now.
games for 6 years or whatever.
Shriver looking for the strikeout or the double play. Either one would do.
I can't remember. I'll think of it.
Hudson plays behind the runner. Hollinger in on the cut. And that one just off the outside part of the plate. Not a bad pitch with 2 strikes, but Craig Kraft decided to leave it there. Shriver leans in. Now comes set. Pitch is fouled back over the Colorado dugout and out of play. Two-strike count on Craig Kraft. And Craig Kraft lines one to left field. Arrivo picks it up, and no, he cannot, out of the ground. And it will be 1 run. Nick kept it in front of him and allows only the 1 run on the play. So good job by Arrivo, who thought about catching the ball out of the air, but just decided to play it off the hop. It skipped off the heel of his glove, but he was able to push it ahead of him and hold the runner at third base. So it's an RBI single for Craig Kraft. And now it's only a 3-run lead for Boulder. And now that go-ahead run standing in Garrett Tisdall. Tisdall 0 for 1 with a fly ball to center. Another fly ball here to right. And Richardson makes the grab. Throw coming home is cut off. And it will be another run for Mesa. So a sac fly for Tisdall. And Colorado has cut the lead in half, 4-2. Brian Hessler will be the batter. Hessler, a ground out victim the last time around. Move to first. Pretty good move that time from Shriver, but back in time is the runner Craig Kraft. Oyervides moved up on the tag as well. He's at third. So runners at the corners, 2 away. Shriver trying to hold this lead. And he fires in a strike. Another move to first. Thought that Greg Graff might have been getting a little too far off the bag, did Shriver. And ushers him back. 1-1 on Hessler. 2 away and 2 in the inning for Colorado. Shriver, a glance over the shoulder, now brings it home. And just misses on the outside for ball 1. Fastball that just a little too far out. And it's 1-1. Hessler pops this one up towards the dugout. Hollinger and Davis both over, but it's off the top of the dugout for strike 2. Hessler did not play much for Trinity College. Only 1 plate appearance for him on the season in his freshman year. And how about this? In that 1 plate appearance, he was hit by a pitch. 1-2 on him here. Shriver set. And Tommy deals. Ground ball into left field for a base knock out past the diving Jimmy Hollinger. And now the lead is only 1 for Boulder. The Collegians bullpen has been at work. John Youngblood and Isaac Parks, the 2 warming up out there. But they'll stick with Shriver here. Connor Nankus has a chance to tie this up with runners at first and second and 2 away. Shriver's first pitch to Nankus is high, ball 1. Tommy punched Nankus out back in the 3rd inning, called 3rd strike. One 0 pitch is outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Connor Nankus. And don't want to walk the bases loaded here and bring it back to the top of the order in Zach Paschk. Shriver battling here. 2-0, swing and a miss. Nankus went after ball 3. Low and out of the zone. But it's 2-1. Tying run is at second. Go-ahead run is at first. 2 away in the 4th. Shriver delivers. And it's high. Davis thought about backpicking to second, but just hangs on to it. And now a 3-1 count for Connor Nankus. Three-run 4th inning thus far for the Sox. Looking to add on here. Shriver trying to hold the lead. 3-1 pitch. And that's ball 4. Just missed off the outside corner did Tommy Shriver. And Nankus will jog down to first base. And the bases will be loaded for the leadoff man, Zach Paschk. And here comes Mark Goodman for the second time. And that will do it for Tommy Shriver. So Shriver departs after going 3 1/3, gives up 3 runs. And now John Youngblood will come in to try and hold the lead. 2 out, and the bases loaded. And while Youngblood gets started, warming up, we will take a break. Still 4-3 Boulder. They cling to it. Bases loaded for Colorado when we come back. John Youngblood will try and hold the lead here for Boulder. They're up by just 1 run. Bases loaded, 2 away, and the top of the order, and Zach Paschke up for the Colorado Sox. Paschke is an interesting case. Well, at least Collegians-wise. Jimmy Hollinger, the third baseman for the Collegians, lost his starting job to Paschke this year at Colorado Mesa. Or, excuse me, not at Colorado Mesa, Metro State. Hollinger was the starter his freshman year, only played in 8 games his sophomore year, as Youngblood throws in a strike, and Paschke was the main starting shortstop. Colorado's gone through the order now. This one gets away from Davis. That's going to be a run, and that will tie up the ball game. A wild pitch from John Youngblood has evened this game up at 4. So a whole new ball game here from Devlin. 4-4 in the 4th. Keep in mind, we're starting to get into the later innings of this one, as it's only a 7-inning affair this evening. Youngblood still needs to go to work. The go-ahead runs at third. This one flown to right. Pitch that time from Youngblood. Walsh was way out in front, and it's 0-2. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Youngblood works out of the inning, but not before Colorado. Hollinger, Farrell, and Roselle in the inning for Boulder, as they find themselves down now 6-4. A 6 spot in the bottom of the 4th inning for Colorado. And the Sox lead it now. Hollinger continues to stay hot at the plate. He's 5 for his last 10. Make it 6 for his last 11 as he dumps this one in. Thought about second base and goes right back to first. Tag put on him, and it's a base knock for Jimmy Hollinger. So Hollinger continues to roll along. He's 2 for 2 today and has drawn a walk. And more importantly for the Collegians, they have their leadoff man aboard. Kicks Farrell, the batter. He's reached base twice, a single and a walk for Kicks. Collegians would love to answer back after that 6-run frame from Colorado. And it's 2-0 on Kicks Farrell. The Collegians have scored their 4 runs. They struck for 2 in the second, 2 in the third. Farrell lines one down the right field line. That one's going to fall in. That's a base knock for Kicks Farrell. It bounces past the foul line, and up to third base goes Hollinger easily. And runners on the corners to begin the inning for Boulder. And a big chance coming up here for the top of the order in Brennan Roselle. Walk from Nick Arrivo with the bases loaded in the second. Runner takes off, and Farrell's got second base swiped. It's also ball 1 to Brennan Roselle. Catcher Tesdall just deciding to hold on to it, not going to worry about throwing down with the runner at third. 1-2 on Roselle. Breaking ball. Called strike 3. A little bit of a late punch out there. Brennan didn't like it as he gives a glance towards the umpire. And he's back to the dugout. It was a breaking pitch that was awfully close. I don't think Roselle was so upset about being punched out as he was about how late it was. But he's gone on strikes. And now it'll be Nick Arrivo. Arrivo's 0 for 2. Chance to drive in 2 here. Fly ball to right. Drifting back on it is the right fielder Pagatti. He makes the grab. Both runners will tag. And the throw to third is in time. Let's see if the run scored. And they say the run does not score. The home plate umpire signaling that the out at third came before Hollinger touched the plate. Danny David Linehan is irate with the umpires. He thought Hollinger was in there, and I got to say I agree with him. We're looking right down the first base line from our vantage point, and it clearly seemed that Hollinger touched on home plate before the runner got into third or was tagged out at third. But the run is ruled off, and the Collegians do not score here in the fifth. We'll move on to the bottom half. Still 6-4, Colorado. Throw down from Turner Davis, and we're just about ready to begin the bottom of the fifth inning here from Devlin High School. Colorado Sox and Boulder Collegians. Collegians unable to score in the fifth inning. This top of this fifth inning, thanks to a fine throw out of right field from Jacob Pagatti. He gunned down Kix Farrell, trying to tag into third base. Hollinger tagged from third, Farrell from second, and Farrell was thrown out before Hollinger could touch home plate, or so the umpire said. Middle of the order here for Colorado, up 6-4. Tanner Gardner to begin things, the 3-hole hitter. And he moves out of one that was inside. 1 ball and no strikes. John Youngblood back to work on the mound. Youngblood got the final out of the fourth inning. And Gardner sends one to center. And back on it and just snaring it in a little snow cone action is Kix Farrell, but it's the first out. Boulder really could have used that run in the fifth inning after a 6-run bottom of the fourth for Colorado. Jacob Pagatti, the man who prevented that run, stands in now. Pagatti's 1 for 1. Has also been hit by a pitch. First offering from Youngblood is there for strike 1. And fouled away. So with that run not counting towards his total, Youngblood continues to try and lower that ERA. It's high, 2-2. He's given up 1 run in each of his 2 appearances this year. One against Fort Collins, the other in Farmington. Swing and a miss. Pagatti didn't want to go around, but he swung through it, and he's gone on strikes. So 2 quick outs in the inning for John Youngblood. Now Michael Oyervides is the batter. No official at bat for him thus far. Sack bunt and a walk. And he grounds one towards second. Farrell on the backhand. Nice pickup by Kix. Throw over to first is in time, and the side is retired. So 1-2-3 for John Youngblood here in the fifth. On to the top of the sixth. Collegians looking to get back in this one. 6-4, Colorado. One away for the Collegians here in the sixth inning. Ground ball back to the pitcher from Chris Jimenez. And now it'll be Turner Davis. Colorado Sox up 6-4 in this one as we play the sixth inning. This one back to the backstop. And ball 1 on Turner Davis. Davis today, 1 for 3. And he fouls this one away. 1-1. Collegians down to their final 5 outs here in this one. They led for most of the game. But then a big 6-run fourth inning where Colorado had them roar back and take the lead. Davis drives one to left field. This one is back and onto the hill for a home run. Turner Davis goes yard, his second home run of the season, and he pulls the Collegians within 1. That one carried out there to left field. Left fielder Orivides thought he might have a play on it. That one drifted over the fence for a home run.
It's getting cold and dark. I don't think they can see. 2 more balls.
Is a lot of the pitchers they had committed to play this summer will not be making their way out to Colorado, or at least to the Sox for the summer. They had a number of guys from Colorado Mesa slated to be on their pitching staff. Chopper to short. Throw to first from the shortstop. Paschke will be in time to retire Hudson, 2 away. But they had a number of guys coming from Mesa, and after the long playoff run that Mesa went on, of course making it to the finals, some of these guys just said, hey, my arm needs a rest. I'm going to take the summer off from at least playing in a league like this. Obviously, they're still going to get their work in and pitch in some way or another, but did not want to play the full league slate and just give some rest. And you can't blame them, of course, with pitching so many innings, especially in those playoffs. But it does hurt the Sox some, as they've got a limited amount of guys to bring in on the hill. 1-1 now to Kelby Richardson. Richardson, a 1-for-3 day. And he watches one outside and low, 2-1. Collegians down by 1. Trying to put some pressure on with 2 away. 2-1. That one runs inside, nearly got the shoe tops of Richardson. He hopped out of the way, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Richardson is the tying run here in what is essentially the 8th inning. And he watches it high for ball 4. So Kelby down to first base, a 2-out base runner for the Collegians. And now J.J. Reeves will be the batter. Reeves is 0 for 2 with a walk. Grounded out his last time against Nankus. Connor brings it home. And now another ground ball. And unable to be picked up by the shortstop. And as the second baseman comes over to grab it. But Walsh had no play, and everybody's going to be safe. And we have no official score here, as there is no scoreboard in operation at Devlin. So hard to say whether that was ruled in error. I'll give JJ an infield knock on that on the high. Chopper may have had a chance to beat it out anyway. It was going to be a pretty tough play over there for the shortstop Paschke. So an infield knock for J.J. Reeves. And now first and second, and a chance to tie this one up for the red-hot Jimmy Hollinger. And Jimmy fouls it away. Hollinger did strike out his last time up. But prior to that, he was 6 for his last 11, so make it 6 for his last 12. 0-1 on him here. Tying run at second. 2 away. And Hollinger a little bit late, fouls it away. Metro State product, playing here against many of his teammates during the regular season. And would like nothing more to drive in this tying run. Oh and 2 on Hollinger. First and second, 2 away. Nankus set. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Connor Nankus strikes out Jimmy Hollinger and holds the lead. Still a 1-run lead for Colorado. We move to the bottom of the 6th here from Devlin. We'll be right back here on the Collegians Broadcast Network. Yeah, it was a 2-run lead. Now it's a 1-run lead. Yeah. In the top half of this inning, Chase Craig Kraft will lead things off, and Garrett Tisdall and Brian Hessler. 6, 7, and 8 for Colorado. They look to add a little bit of insurance. Youngblood misses outside, ball 1. John was able to get him 1, 2, 3 in the last half inning. Or, excuse me, in his last half inning. He'll try and do the same here. Get his team back on the bats. The Collegians In their final chance at it, we'll have 9, 1, and 2, Hollinger, Roselle, and Arrivo. Or excuse me, Farrell, Roselle, and Arrivo. 2-0 here to Craycraft. And Chase watches another one. 3 balls and no strikes. Looks like it might be Kayla Martinez getting loose in that bullpen for the Collegians. And there's a strike. So Youngblood trying to get started here. John's next offering. On the air out to left. Arrivo chasing back on it. He was playing pretty well in on the left-hander and makes the catch for the first out. So good work by John Youngblood. After being down 3-0, records the out. And now Garrett Tisdall will be the batter. Tisdall, a pair of fly balls, 1 to center, 1 to right so far. And John Youngblood's first pitch to him, it's a fastball that's high, ball 1. Tisdall, another local guy, played for Eagle Crest High School. And fouls this one wide of third. Tisdall did not bat much for the Mavericks this year in the regular season. He was mostly used as a pitcher. Only 1 at bat. This one misses. But in the role of catcher for Colorado. 2-1 to him here from John Youngblood. Youngblood, big leg kick, fires it over to Hollinger at third. Dropped it for a moment, picks it back up, throw to first base is in time, so Jimmy able to recover. So that one was in and out of the glove. He picked it up off the dirt and got the out. So 2 away now in the 6th, and Brian Hessler will be the batter. Another lefty in against Youngblood. John works quickly. He's ready to go. His first offering towards center. Reeves in at first. Now drifts back to his left. Settles under it. Makes the grab. And a 1-2-3 inning here in the 6th for John Youngblood. Last chance for the Collegians when we return. 9-1-2 for them in their half of the 7th here on the Collegians Broadcast Network. Collegians and Colorado Sox. Only a 7-inning affair from Devlin High School due to that setting sun and the lack of lights at the field. So it'll be the last chance for the Collegians. Down 6-5. Kicks Farrell, leads things off, and watches ball 1 in the dirt. Farrell, Roselle, and Arrivo in the inning for Boulder. Connor Nankus trying to finish this game off, and it's 2-0 now to Kicks. Nankus came in the 3rd inning and has only given up 1 run since. And this one is low. Three and 0 to Farrell. Farrell, as he usually does, squares the bunt with 3 balls and no strikes and pulls it back and takes strike 1. Now on 3-1, he'll look to swing, chop towards second. He got on top of that one, rolls over to Walsh, and there's the first out. So it'll be back to the top of the order. And Brennan Roselle. Roselle 0 for 1 with 3 walks today. Another walk would be all right with the Collegians here. Nankus into his motion. That 90-degree leg kick and fires in a strike. And there's ball one. Roselle asked for time, was not granted by the umpire, and it's 1-1. 1-1, grounded to first. Up with it there and to the bag himself goes the first baseman Hessler, and there are two away. So a pair of groundouts in the inning issued by Connor Nankus, and he's got the Collegians down to their final out. Nick Arrivo stands in as that last chance. Arrivo, after going 6 for 6 yesterday, is 0 for 3 here in this one. And Nick watches a breaking ball in for strike one. Fastball's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Nick Arrivo. Collegians will be back in action on Friday, so they travel up to Fort Collins to take on the Foxes. That'll be another single game against Fort Collins.
Also in red.
And then on Saturday, Collegians will finally have their first home game in 2 weeks. It'll be a doubleheader against... Let me update you on that. I know they play Slammers Sunday. 2-1 on Nick Arrivo.
I didn't realize that.
3 balls and 1 strike to the left fielder. That's right. It'll be the Denver Cougars that the Collegians welcome into Scott Carpenter Park. 3-2 on Nick Arrivo. The first time the Collegians have seen the Cougars this year. First pitch. Be a 5:30 first pitch, and Arrivo stays alive as he fouls this one away. So full count on Nick Arrivo, 2 away in the 7th. Collegians down by 1. Nankus ready. Here's his payoff pitch. Arrivo grounds this one back up the middle. It's a single for Arrivo, and he is aboard and keeps the Collegians' hopes alive here at Devlin. So Arrivo with his first knock of the day. Couldn't come at a better time. And now Chris Jimenez will be the batter. Jimenez a 1 for 4 day. He's 1 for 2 against Nankus. Arrivo at first runs very well. First pitch to Jimenez. He turns out of the way of it for ball 1. (1-0) to Jimenez. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. And now 3 balls and no strikes as that one missed rather badly to Jimenez, well over his head and on the outside. You got to imagine Chris will be taking all the way here. And he is, and he watches ball 4. So now the tying run moves into scoring position here for Boulder. And into bat is Turner Davis. But before Davis can take his cuts, Coach Orcutt going to come out and chat with his pitcher. Well, Coach Dick Orcutt having a chat out on the mound. Davis just waiting patiently for his at-bat. Big chance for him here. First and second, 2 away. Collegians down by 1 run. Davis is 2 for 4 today. a leadoff single in the third, and a home run in the last inning in the sixth. Trying to at least pull the Collegians even with the base knock here. Revo at second, Jimenez at first. And Davis watches ball one high. So that's the fifth straight ball on the hill from Nantkus as he misses there. And here's his 1-0. And Davis watches high. This one a little bit closer to the zone, but still a few inches higher or so. And it's 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Low. 3 balls and no strikes to Turner Davis. Davis has been one of the better hitters on the team this year, and you wonder if he has the green light here. 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Doesn't matter as that one was outside. Davis no intent of swinging at it. He's down to first with another 2-out walk. So a pair of walks issued here in the inning. In the seventh inning, Dick Orcutt's going to go get his pitcher. So Nantkus' evening is over, and he leaves the game hanging in the balance. Bases loaded, 2 away. Colorado Sox up by 1. And Nantkus is bringing in Michael Oyervides out of left field. Looks like he's going to come on to pitch. So he's going to go get a different glove before he takes his warm-up pitches. While he does that, we will take a short break. 1-run lead for the Sox. Bases full of Collegians, 2 away in the 7th. High drama here in Devlin. You don't want to miss this. Come on back to an exciting... All kinds of defensive changes here for Colorado. We'll get you set straight here. We mentioned earlier that the catcher can pitch, and he's going to do just that here. So Tisdall is on to pitch. Bases full of Collegians. 2 down. 1-run lead for Colorado here in the 7th. The other changes, Michael Oyervides, who came out of left field, moves to first base. Brian Hessler, who was at first, is behind the plate. And Connor Nantkus, who is the man pitching, is in left. But the new pitcher on is Garrett Tisdall. And he will face Hunter Hudson with the bases loaded and 2 away here in the 7th. Tisdall's first offering. Good fastball in for a strike. Hudson's 0 for 3 today with a walk. Bases loaded, 2 away. And Hudson pops it high on the infield, drifting foul. Craig Kraft calls for it, makes the grab, and this one belongs to the Colorado Sox. So some drama in the end as the Collegians load the bases, but they're unable to bring anyone around here in the 7th inning, and they fall 6-5. It was a big 6-run 4th inning for Colorado that ended up netting them the win. They only scored in 1 inning, but still took home the W. Collegians scored all four of their 5 runs in the first 2 innings, and then that home run from Turner Davis in the 6th being the other run. But then were unable to score with the bases loaded, and I think if you took a look at the Collegians' box score, don't have it all totaled up here, but I think they left a good number of folks on base, and I'm sure that's something that Coach Eddie Toledo will be chatting with them about after they shake hands here. But they fall here in 7 innings, 6-5. That'll just about do it for us. The Collegians will be back in action Friday up in Fort Collins. Jake Shapiro will be back with us for that one, so he and I will bring you that game from Fort Collins before the Collegians return home Saturday night to face the Denver Cougars, and then they'll face Slammers on Sunday. That's the weekend for Boulder. We'll have all of those games here for you on the Collegians Broadcast Network, Facebook Live, or YouTube, however you choose to watch. But we are going to get them out of here before things get too dark here from Devlin. So for our producer-engineer Mitch Sanchez, I'm Ethan Jordan saying so long as the Collegians fall in this one 6-5.